Hey guys, and welcome guys to our live build. Okay, let's get the show on the road, shall we? I think we're good on audio. We're live on Facebook, Twitch and YouTube. We're doing a live system build. So last week we did a kind of semi build. We did a case preparation of the Tower 500. As you can see, it's kind of ready to go. Let me show you what's inside. We have, of course, the Funkykit fans in there, right? So the ring fans and all. And we also put the power supply in, 1050 watt, the RGB one. And then, of course, we put the radiator, installed the radiator up there with the ring fans. And this is the all-in-one cooler, the Ultra RC Flow, with the memory water block and also the CPU water block. And we're going to be mounting all of this onto this motherboard right here. We have the ASRock Taichi, the Z690 Taichi Razer edition. I've also included the Strimer cables, the Lian Strimer RGB, so we're going to put those in there as well. And I think it's all ready to go. Show you the back. Okay, at the back we have the ring fans installed at the back, so we replaced the original fans with some ring fans there. We've got the Funkykit controllers, one here, one here. So that's all nicely kind of, it's kind of half kind of cable management, like it's not full management. So I'm gonna replace these wire straps with some nice cable ties in there. And you can see the wires coming down this side and this side. And at the bottom here, we have the Lian controller for the Strimer. The power supply is here. The cables are all threaded through. So we just need to tidy this part of the back. So, but so far, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Hey, Rattle Roll, welcome to the show. Lost Trooper, welcome to the show. This is the live build. So yeah, it's half built, ready. The chassis is ready. So let's begin and put this motherboard into this chassis. By the way, I've also pre-installed the CPU, the SSD, and the memory onto this board. So we'll just need to put the whole thing pre-kind of assembled into this chassis. So let's give it a go, shall we? Ready to go. All right, so I'm going to switch the camera angle to the top view. So we'll be back in a sec. So let's take this front cover off. Here we go. All right. And let's lift this over to this view. All right, so I'm gonna put that this side like this. Okay, at the top here you can see where the radiator is, and I put all the cables wrapped up on the side like that, so it's all kind of clear area for me to put extra fans if I wanted to. And on this side you can see where the radiator is over the ring fans. All right, so I'm gonna do a top view. So give me a second. Here we go. And here we have the top view. Yeah, this case looks big, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's, you know, it's an ATX chassis, but in a box shape. So being a box shape, it has to be a little bit bigger than your usual ATX case, but it's still smaller than a Tower 900, which is huge. This is a Tower 500, by the way. And of course, the Tower 100 is a bit too small. It's for mini ITX cases. So this is a nice size. So yeah, I've got my CPU water block and the memory water block ready to go. So I'll put that kind of like away. This is my Strimer cables. It's kind of half, kind of, well, it needs to kind of fix this up a little bit. The Strimer RGB is coming off, so I need to fix that up a little bit. But we'll come back to this because we need to install the motherboard first into the chassis. So I'm going to put these away on the side like this. And these, so many cables, right? It's huge. So I've threaded the cables through. This is the power supply cable, the 8-pin for the CPU and motherboard. So there's 2 8-pins there, so hopefully they'll fit nicely. Here we've got more RGB 3-pin headers, USB connectors for the and cable for the LCD water block. So put these on the side here. We're going to put these around here. Yeah, it's a bit messy at the moment. Okay. Then we have the USB cable. So this is USB 3. That's for the front part. So the front part USBs. So I'll need to put that in later. More USB headers. These are for the other USB devices connecting up. So we'll put that there. Right, now for the motherboard. So let's switch to a different camera view. Right, here I have the motherboard. Let's put this on the side. It's getting in the way. Right, this motherboard right here. If I can put this away. Right. All right, there you go. Let's take this motherboard out. It's huge. It's quite heavy as well. All right, here we go. So what you see here right now is the motherboard. I've pre-installed the CPU in there. This is the Core i9 12900KF. I've also mounted the RAM. You can see that there. The Tough RAM RC 32GB kit, and also put the Lexar SSD right here as well. Okay, then I put the back plate for the CPU water block already mounted there. So this whole thing is ready to mount inside the chassis. So okay, let's begin. I'll switch to a different camera view. Okay, give me a second while I get everything running. Okay, right. So now I'm gonna fit this board in here. This should fit nicely, I hope. Make sure all the cables are out of the way. Yeah. Okay, that looks decent enough. Yeah. Now let's put the screws in. Okay, so you can see I put the motherboard in. It's nicely fitted in there. I've only mounted the 4 screws. I'll put the other 2 screws in the middle later, and in the center as well. But you can see the board fits nicely. There's nothing short in it. That's all good. Okay, so these clips here, the mounting screws, are ready for the CPU water block, and also of course the RAM. Alright, so before we plug the rest of the cables in, we're going to mount the CPU water block in here. Alright, okay, let's go. Okay, better thermal paste, I think. It's looking good. We need a little bit, so a little blob in the middle, I think, is enough. It's kind of like here, it's nice. Let's put a little bit there. Okay. And let's see if I can mount this in one go. The problem with this is that you gotta fit the memory water block as well, so I need to figure out how this is gonna work. Okay, I think I've got it. No, right, this way around it looks like. Yeah, looks like. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. Alright, so now for these screws, mounting screws, they're kind of like, in it goes. One on our side, one on this side. Hey Martin, how's it going? Welcome to the live build. So, got 2 in there, now for the rest. Yep, I'm using my hands, so it's just to get the screws in, and then I'll tighten it with the screwdriver. Alright, that's about right, I think. Now for the screwdriver, let's go in there, tighten these up. Oh, by the way, the CPU water block comes with a plastic kind of protective sheet. You need to make sure you remove that before you mount in the CPU water block. So that's good. That's kind of nice and tight there. Right, next part is the memory water block. So I need to kind of wrangle my way around this. All right, so the memory water block comes with this kind of what do you call it, heat pad, and you can place that kind of on here. It's a bit floppy, right? Let me see if I can place that over. Let's see if I can do it in one go. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so this whole thing then goes on top of the memory. Okay, like so. Okay, so I need to hold it in position because the tubing is quite tough. And now I'm gonna put the screws in. Yeah, they're quite tight. I need my hex screwdriver, which is here. Put that in there. Kind of screw it into position first. Oh, let's come off again. They're very tight. Very tight. I'm not sure if that's going in. That's going in, right? Yeah, it's going in. Yeah. So, okay, that's one. I need 4 more. So I'll just put these in the right positions first, then I can screw them in. Okay, got ya. Whew. All right, that's in. Very tough. And put the rest in. Put the rest of the screws in there. And the final one. By the way, these are the 32 gig kits. They're 2 times 16 gigs. So of course, there was space for another 2 more modules. You can install up to 64 gigs, of course. All right. It's looking good. Let's give it a little bit more tightness on the screws. We are good to go on the all-in-one cooler, right? So you can see the tubing is, you want to put it away from the whole set because otherwise you won't be able to see your LED screen. At the same time, we want it, not too much flex. All right, so this is the cable for your cooler, the pump. So let's see if I can tidy this a little bit, put it away so that it's not too ugly in that sense. fit that in there. Oh, it's very tight. It's very tight. I think I just about fit that in there. Oh, just about. There you go. That was quite tight there, that little corner. Alright, so this I can plug in later. Alright, so now we plug in the power connector cable for your motherboard. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh my god. Okay, that's one. And the other one is gonna be this way around. Let's see if we can swivel that around. Tell you what, cables though. You expect these days, you know, we have wireless. It'd be cool if a wireless power supplies, right? Let's see if I can get this around here like that. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that's the best I could do. So many cables though, unbelievable. But of course I will need to do some cable management on this later. Okay, so you can't see it from here, but the angle of the cables are all there. Okay, that's done. Next part is then to plug in the rest of the cables. Okay, so this is the USB for the front part here. So let's plug that in there. Never liked these cables, this USB. It's kind of awkward. It's never like, and it sticks out quite a bit. But that's it. Right, for the Strimer cable now. This is the Strimer extension cable. It's a bit, I may need to take this off. As you can see, this panel comes off, but then I need it so that I could maybe access the cabling. Wow, look at that. Okay. Oh man, cables galore. So I need to fit that back in there so that I can get some room in there. Whew. Maybe it's a good idea to just put that screw back in there. Oh, come on, get in there. Temporarily. Oh, just trying to get this Strimer cable to bend correctly. Oh my god. Okay, now I don't want too much. So I'm going to bend it a little bit more. Okay, that's about the best I could do. Okay, so that's the kind of bend I got there. Alright, so Strama cable in, water block and memory water block installed. Cabling I'll tidy up a little bit. The power connectors for the motherboard are in. Okay. Yeah, I'll tidy this up a little bit. It's a bit okay. All right. So far, so good. Here's another view, different angle. Strama, 24-pin ATX power connector and extension cable added. There's the memory water block, CPU water block. Now we're going to add these USB cables. These are needed for the panel, the LCD panel. Let's plug these in. USB, where are they? Is that USB right here? Yep. Oh, I'm missing a USB. I need two USBs. Okay, well, let's plug one of these in first. Okay, that's done. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, by the way, we have another Strama cable. These are for the 8-pin, two 8-pins for your graphics card, and they're coming off a little bit because I'm stretching them too much, but it will go to the graphics card. Two 8-pin. You see that right there. All right, so the main motherboard on water block and memory water blocks all installed. We're gonna flip it onto the main screen. Take a look. All right, let me just get this up. All right, here we go. Oh. Okay, so far so good. We got the motherboard installed now. We got the memory water block and also the CPU water block mounted as well. This is the the Thermaltake Ultra RC, Flow RC. Got the LCD display both on the memory and also the CPU. Radiators up here with the fans, the ring fans. Okay, so far so good. All right, so we're going to need to plug in the rest of the cables in, and including the, of course, most important, the fan header for the water block, and also some of the RGB as well. But yeah, it's looking good. Hey Vapor FX, welcome to the show. Hope everything's good in the UK. All right, so welcome to the show. If you're live, just joined us. This is the live build of the Tower 500, our fantasy project. Yeah, it's looking good. I like it. All right, we just need to tidy these cables up a little bit. So As I said earlier, we've replaced the original fans with some ring fans in there. You can see the thermaltic controllers also nicely connected up. Just need to tidy up with the cable management a bit more. Using wire kind of clamps at the moment, but we will be using proper cable ties to tidy that up a little bit. Right, next part is what everyone's dreading. Yeah, everybody's dreading this, and that is mounting the power on and reset switches. Those little headers that you need to put into the board. You've seen those memes where the guy's sweating and that. It's not too bad. I have it right here. I need to put that in there. Right here, here we go. This is it. Oh god, more cables, huh? These are the headers we're talking about. Reset, power LED, power switch, reset button, and what's this one? Hard drive LED and stuff like that. So, right, that's the audio header as well. What's this? Oh, the Type E, USB Type E. That's for the Type C connector right here, front there. So we're gonna mount these to the board. All right. So let's mount these cables in, and I will flip over the case a sec. So here we go. Let me just do that quickly. Oh yeah. Oh, cables. Love the cables. All right. Don't you love cables? Oh my word. Okay. Oh, some more USB headers. Tell you what. Where's this coming from? Okay. Audio header. Got that there. Comes through. Goes to the audio part, which is here. I like these little black slots here for cable management, which makes it easier. Alright, Type E is up the top right here, so I think after building these systems, after building a lot of these systems, you get to find out where all the connectors are. They're quite easy. It's not too bad. There's the power switch. It goes right here. People are thinking, how does this guy know? Yeah, well, I know actually. Yeah, you've been building systems as long as I have. You'll know all the different where the pinouts are. Well, there's a plus and a negative symbol, and they might correspond or match to the board. And once you get used to it, you kind of know how to connect these up. Okay, see, simple, done. So no sweating. All right, these are the headers for the power button. Sure, the power button, the reset switch, and the USB-C is the other cable which I need to connect, and we have the USBs there as well. So let's plug this cable back in. USB-C or Type F, or Type E, sorry, Type E. All right, that feeds through. I think I'm gonna go feed it through to, oh, it's so tight. And I feed it through here. Will it fit? Oh, very tight, very tight. There we go. I might have to go through here. Yeah, it's a bit tight. Wherever you get the Type E cable to go with the chassis, it's recommended that you connect it up because it will give you that extra speed, 20 gigabit per second USB on the Type C. If you don't, then you might lose some speed. Right, this is the cable, and I need to loosen this one to give me more slack on the cable. Give me a second while I undo this. Yeah. Okay, so this cable here, give me some slack. Yeah, I need some slack on this cable. Right. Oh my god, so many cables. Right, so give me some slack on that cable, that's good. So let's see if I can plug that in there. Or is it the other way around? I'll try the other way around. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Type E, the USB front part, USB-C, USB 3, strand cable plugged in. Okay. Now you can see more cables. You need to tidy these. Let me put these in there a little bit. It's a bit. Oh my god, so many cables. So many cables. Okay. So most of the wires are all plugged in now. By the way, this motherboard comes with a reset on board button and also a ClasyMOS, which is great. I can access that anytime as well. Alright, so this is all good. What's next? Next part is to put the graphics card in, I believe. It's all good. Now, for this case, you can actually mount the graphics card vertically like that. So let me show you. This is not what I'll be using, but to show you an example what I mean. So this graphics card can just basically slot in like this. Make sure everything is all connected up. Okay. Slot that in there. Come on, here we go. All right. So like a motherboard, like a normal motherboard, you'll slot the graphics card in there. But if I put this case up like this, you will see what I mean. With the graphics card kind of flip this over, go. Mounted like this. All right. So that's how it'll look. Of course, the power connector cable with the PCIe would go in there nicely like that. We need to figure out how to sort this out. But yeah, I won't be installing this graphics card. I'm going to be installing the RTX 3090 in here. But I won't be mounting it vertically like this. It will be on the multi-angle GPU mount. All right, so this is good so far. We plugged all the cables in and everything's looking good. Okay, hey Bricket Twin, what's up? All right, let's put this case on the side again. We need to do some more mounting stuff. Okay. All right, different angle here. So far, so good. So let's take this graphics card out because I won't be mounting this one. We'll be mounting a different one instead. Okay. I think this part of the build is almost done. We mounted the motherboard earlier, so that's all good. If you missed that part, you can go back to the stream on YouTube or Twitch to catch up on that. But literally I pre-installed the CPU, the memory and the SSD onto the board first. Then I took the whole board and placed it onto the chassis, and then of course mounted the screws in there, tighten it up. And then next part was to mount the CPU water block, memory water block, and everything is looking good so far. And then of course we're plugging in the cables. So the important part was to make sure all the cables are plugged in. Now we're going to plug in the cable for the CPU water block. There's RGB to go with it. Okay, interesting. RGB. Plug that in. Make sure the RGB is connected up. Okay. And then these two USB cables. One go to the memory water block. Plug that in correctly. One here, and the other one would be on the CPU water block, which would be here. I'm trying to think now which way it goes. Should go directly on top. So I'm trying to get this cable out there. Here you go. That's how it should look. And I just need to tidy these cables, put them through back into this hole. Oh my word. So many cables, huh? Yeah, definitely some cable ties needed to clean this up. All right, so that's all the cables you have connected up. Wow, so many cables. All right, we're looking good. I want to show you one more thing as well before here we the LCD panel kit. You can see the USB cable there connected up, and I put in the ring fans, mounted those earlier in our last live build, so that's good. That's blowing air into the chassis so that it goes up, and then of course this is the extract hot air out. Alright, so basically this is done. We're going to put the graphics card later. So let's bring up the GPU bracket here. So this is the multi-angle GPU bracket. If you haven't seen the video, it's on YouTube right now, and it comes with these magnetic feet there, which is interesting. And literally I'm going to be putting this like this when it's done. See that? How it clamps? That's pretty cool, huh? And then let me just flip this over. You can take a better look at this. Okay. All right, so this is the multi-GPU mount I was talking about, multi-angle GPU mount. And you got this magnetic foot, see that? So that literally goes in there, and I'm gonna just literally, the magnets just hold it in place. And you can adjust the angle, of course, do a 45-degree angle or a full-on vertical one. But there's a screws on here which you can tighten it. So it looks floppy, but that's purpose, because I want to make sure I have that mounted. And the graphics card can go here, and of course that look pretty cool. All right. Yep. So far so good. I think seriously the next part is to attempt to power this up, but I'm not going to do that because there's still more bits to go with it. Now you've probably seen some photos of me with the PC case panel, custom built one. So I have it right here. Tifa, yes, Tifa Lockhart. So that, my friend, will be looking to go here, like this, like that. So that's how it will look. I haven't got the screws in place, but once I have that, or mounts to make sure it's securely, this is what it will look like. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, by the way, it lights up as well, so it's got this nice effect on it as well. So if I can put this up like this, that's what it look like. And perfect, because it just covers the horrible cabling at the back there. We'll use the actual case panel, side panel that comes with this side, because there's not much I can do with that. And but this side though looks pretty cool with this Tifa Lockhart side panel case, which is great. I will mount that later when it's ready. So far so good. I think it's been a decent build. Need to make sure all the cables are all tidied up a little bit more. It's a bit messy, as you can see. But the final cabling will be done properly with cable ties, I'm guessing. So all good. All right, so the question is, if I put the graphics card like this, will it block the view of my LCD? And it might do. It might do. So let's give it a try. This is kind of the standard length. Oh, just about. I think just about. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, look at that. So you got a graphics card like that. You can see it from this angle as well. The graphics card is like at an angle if you wanted. If it's vertical, it might block the view if you look at directly like this, but from an angle coming down, it's okay. The view is unblocked. Or I might even kind of mount it differently at a different angle, maybe, say. I'm not sure. I might even do it like this. Offset. But you get the configurability of this. This is quite good. Yeah, so far so good. All right, so next part is I'll be mounting the graphics card here, and a lot of people will be asking, oh, why don't you use custom loop? Why did you use an all-in-one? You know, the case designed for custom loop. Yes, you're right. But I wanted a chassis where I could easily dismount and mount components when I want, because of course I do a lot of reviews and stuff like that, so it's quite difficult if I put it into a hard water loop with hard tubing. It's impossible. I won't say impossible, but a lot of hard work to mount and dismount the tubing and everything, and of course drain it and so on. But an all-in-one, it's fine. I can dismount this anytime, and of course reuse the components, and of course graphics cards definitely, because they're so expensive. I don't want it hard tubed and with a GPU water block and stuff. Otherwise, that is built and fixed. I can't reuse that. But I could be looking into an all-in-one GPU, you know, with an all-in-one cooler, GPU with an all-in-one cooler. Few manufacturers use them, do them. MSI is one of them, I think. EVG does one, I think. But yeah, so far looking good. All right, so I think we'll call it a day. Hope you enjoy our live build. So in part 2, we mounted the, of course, the graphics card, the tested the graphics card, but we mounted the motherboard. So part 2, we mounted the motherboard, we mounted the CPU water block, the GPU water block, memory water block, and of course, did all the cabling and everything. But yeah, looking nice. Okay. So in part 3, we will be putting the rest of the components in, just basically the graphics card, and tidied up a little bit more with the cables. And I'll be powering this up just to make sure everything is looking good and is working correctly. And we will see you next Tuesday. Of course, don't forget, this Friday we have the live show. We're giving away a pair of Antec memory. So Antec Katana Series 7, 16 gig kit, DDR4 3600 memory kit with RGB and everything. We're giving one of those away on our live show this Friday. So make sure you tune in and head over to twitch.tv/Funkykit and subscribe, because it's only available for our Twitch subscribers. Okay, so watch out for that live show. That's on Friday, this coming Friday, where we'll be giving this fantastic memory kit away live on our show for our Twitch subscribers. Of course, we've got other prize giveaways as usual each and every week, so make sure you tune in for that. Friday, it's our live show, the Funkykit Show Live, but for Tuesdays, it's our live build. And this is almost done, so part 3 probably will be the last of the live build, and we will be powering this up and showing you how everything looks good. All right, enjoy your rest of the week. Until then, this is Winston for Funkykit, and tune in for Tuesday's live show for the build, and Friday for the live show for the prize giveaways. See you soon. Bye-bye.